I've been getting this question a lot about guillotines at U.S. military bases. And people have been asking, why guillotines? Why not just shoot them in the head? And it's real simple. The wicked power elite are going to counterfeit, or it's my theory, they are going to counterfeit the tribulation period. They're going to have a fake Antichrist set up so that when the real Antichrist comes on the scene, the world will not recognize the real Antichrist as the Antichrist. He's the hero. He's the savior. People will pledge their allegiance to the great leader that killed the Antichrist and tore down the New World Order. You have to keep in mind, they have the technology to fake a rapture and deceive the world. If I was the wicked power elite, I would want to protect my beast that comes out of the bottomless pit, the leader, the real Antichrist. I would want to protect him from the world realizing he's the real Antichrist. You have to keep in mind there is a high possibility that Ken Peters, who had this phenomenal vision dream back in like 1980 or 81, there's a high possibility the handsome man that he saw on the television screen that had all the solutions to the problems and all this, that is most likely the counterfeit Antichrist. And another indicator or great example of how we are all being deceived, if you remember on television there is a lot of Freemason phony baloney preachers, and they all preach the same message, that the rapture happens and then the 7-year tribulation starts as though it's the next day, which is complete nonsense. And then at the end of the 7-year tribulation, Jesus comes back, and then we're going to be okay. Everything will be okay. We just got to survive that 3.5 years of horrible tribulation. So they all preach and teach the same message, except there's one problem. It's not in the Bible. Or I should say the scriptures. I don't like to say that word Bible anymore. But you have to keep in mind, Jacob's trouble that parallels the end time nightmare. What is Jacob's trouble? He worked 7 years and then he got deceived and then he worked another 7 years. So there's most likely a 7-year counterfeit tribulation that the occultic power elite are going to pull over on the world. They're going to destroy and demolish America towards the end of the counterfeit 7-year tribulation to deceive the world into thinking Armageddon has happened. And what a coincidence, 500 million Muslims are anticipating the Muslim Jesus coming on the scene after a great war between the big powers. Do you see how a great deception could take place? How a counterfeit tribulation could be constructed and the whole world will be deceived. No one is going to recognize the real Antichrist as the Antichrist. He's the hero. He's the savior. He's the one that tore down and destroyed the New World Order and the so-called Antichrist, or what I call the counterfeit or fake Antichrist. It is a brilliant, deceptive scheme. And I do back up my theory about the counterfeit tribulation and the counterfeit Jesus and the counterfeit Antichrist and all this. Dude, just go to YouTube sometime, type in Muslim Jesus is coming, and go check out what these Muslims are anticipating at the end of days. I mean, it is phenomenal. And after that, go to Google and type in Coming of Mystery Imam Mahdi. Check out this page right here. Just do like a half-an-hour investigation and you will understand why I absolutely believe that the occultic power elite are going to counterfeit the tribulation. They might just pull off a fake rapture, just a big deception, so that the world will not recognize the real beast or Antichrist as the Antichrist or beast. It is a brilliant deception.